Hey guys, it's Shannon again from Get Fed. I thought I'd do another video. I'm on a roll, so I'll be like DJ Khaled and another one. Yeah. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what men want. What I figured out, I guess men want over a good amount of time of spending time with them, and I'll try and give you some answers that I don't think I have seen before, or they're not discussed that often. The first thing would be, of course, men are like everyone else. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want some sort of, they want to be acknowledged like anyone wants to be acknowledged. The next big thing is that men want to be respected. Dun dun dun. I know this is like, I know women and men are with their equality stands right now where the gender roles are getting confused a bit, and you can see the devil is running havoc everywhere. And but men want to be respected. I noticed that when I was married, I was ill prepared for marriage, thinking that it was like a competition per se between me and my husband. I want to say like the first kind of years are about that, where you're just getting into the swing of things, where you realize the realization of, oh my god, it's not about me anymore, it's about this whole other person. And men might come to that realization a little bit more slower than women, and the need for sacrifice and compromise in a marriage and communication, and things like that. But men want to generally be respected. They don't call your husband out on something he's doing wrong in public. Don't call your husband out on, it's supposed to be a team effort. You two are a team, of course, and things like that. And they want respect as well in the bedroom. They don't want to be emasculated. I just noticed that respect is a really big thing, pattern with them, and the levels to which they can be hurt, or their insecurity can be misguided, interpreted wrong, because their feelings are hurt because they feel like they're not being respected, um, and things like that. And I guess maybe the other one I want to say is that men really want, it's instinctive for them to want to be with multiple partners or anything. It's just the biological makeup that men have, with the reproduction thing and everything. It's really not their fault. And things like that. That doesn't give an excuse to cheat or do anything like that. The same could be said about women today, and how easy it is for some women to cheat and things like that. It's becoming more and more normal. Just because men have a genetic predisposition, a sexual disposition for that, does not mean that it's okay, because we know that as a result of sin and cheating and things, you can still, those things last a lifetime, those effects and things. So we never want to do that. But generally, um, respecting your husband, letting him take the will. I used to give my husband good examples and kind of make him think that it was his idea, to get him to go along with things. And then, what can we do? I want to answer another question on what can we do when we're married to kind of keep, because your marriage is a reflection of your relationship with God in actuality, and people don't really know that. Some people don't. Well, because it says in the Bible that a man should love his husband. I mean, a man should love his wife. I'm sorry, like God has loved the church. And so that's really true, that a man's love toward his wife is a very unique and special thing. So you can what we can take from that is, there's realization and things that are going to have to happen to make the relationship work. And it's good that when you're going into marriage, you don't have any predisposed notions of what a marriage should be, because each marriage is different. You should be aware of the person you're marrying. You should be aware of their quirks and screws. By this time, after maybe a year or two or something of dating someone, then you know them well enough, maybe you can get married. I want to say a year, or some people can get married, know each other for a year or less, and then they feel comfortable getting married. That's fine. That was kind of like the case, I want to kind of say, with my husband, but maybe we were married about 2 years after we met, or something, maybe 2 years after we met. But generally, how can we give respect to our husbands? And then, there's a lot about what women want to. I think I'm going to do a separate video for that. How can we give, just don't, you have to give men the benefit of the doubt. Now, these are good men, not men that we know who are less than desirable. These are things to see and observe in men who have already stood the test of time, and things like that and stuff. I'm not saying guys don't make mistakes or whatever, but generally men love to be respected. For you need to know what that is for your particular man, because all men are the same in one aspect, but they're all different in others. So you'd have to find out what respect would be. I just listed to what respect would be for my husband, but another thing we can take from marriage or learn from marriage is that marriage is going to be something different to other people. You have to set the ground rules and how you want to do that and everything. So let me see if anybody. Yeah, you have to set the ground rules in marriage, and compromise. I cannot stress this enough. If you don't have a person who can compromise, who's not, the person is like, they can never compromise or something, then that's, it's on my purse. The people who cannot compromise, they generally have issues in doing so, and that's fine. If you are an uncompromising person, you know what, you should be with another uncompromising person. I'm not saying that people who are uncompromising or who have issues should not date, but at least date people of your own kind. And that's kind of a joke, because nobody wants to date their own kind in that retrospect, because it would not be enough giving. It's like a narcissist being attracted to empaths, because they're going to get that narcissistic supply from an empath as opposed to a narcissist, because a narcissist to narcissists are not going to give that narcissistic supply, because they're going to expect to get it from you. But yeah, what we can really learn from marriage is how to kick it up. I'm sorry, my notes. Let me see how to kick it up in our marriage, because our marriage is going to have to show endurance. That's a big thing in marriage. You're going to have to withstand endurance, temptation, all of that stuff in marriage. But what you do with that temptation and everything is you cannot change people or things. And I know people are going to be like, well, I wonder, this comes across on a lot of people that I have talked to who are younger married. They've been married, not that long, and they're young married, and they're thinking, and they didn't have really a lot of experience in things. So they're thinking, okay, I want to try someone else, and, and things like that. And you can't really, you shouldn't want to do that, but you can't really, per se, tell that to a young person. All you can do is let them be aware of the consequences and repercussions of a faithless marriage, of a non-monogamous marriage because they think grass is greener on the other side. I can tell you from, not, I never cheated on my husbands, but I can tell you when I have cheated, the grass is not necessarily better on the other side. I mean, it can be, but generally I've seen in relationships where people are looking for something else and then it just ended up totally bad. And I have seen where it has worked out, but those people where it has worked out, it's been generally with people who are out, out of abusive relationships and things like that, where I've seen it work in their benefit and things like that. But I think I'm gonna do another video based on like bedroom talk things too, because you're gonna be dealing with someone that long and everything forever, because marriage is supposed to be forever. Not that people take it like that today. It's hardly ever thought of. It's like, oh, if I don't like them, I can just return them back to the store and divorce them, right? But marriage is not supposed to be like that. And the grass is never really greener on the other side. I know people who have gotten married over and over and over again, trying to get that grass on the other side. It never is. For those types of situations, not that I have seen. If you've seen that, then more power to you. But I have never seen it where a person leaves their spouse for illegitimate reasons, a perfectly good, and then it ends up well for them. That's in marriage. That's not just dating or something. When you're in dating, I think anything goes, and stuff like that. But I will be doing another video on some bedroom talk. And but the thing is, you're gonna have to realize in marriage that marriage is not a you make your own kind of standards and happiness, and you have to, it's like life. You have to make your own good time. You have to keep the endurance of your own good time. And you got to communicate with your partner and try and figure out ways to make the situation better and things like that. I don't know if I had like so much as a boring problem in my marriage. I had like I was like not so much as tempted, but I had admired a neighbor and things like that. I never did anything or anything like that, but my husband was off on long trips. And long trips. And I would say occasionally hi to the neighbor if I see him, if I was checking mail or something. But these things and things like that do happen, and curiosity does happen. It's good that we step back from all of that and realize that the bigger thing is that we don't want to ruin our children's lives. We don't want to ruin our spouse's lives. We don't want to ruin anyone's life because of our emotions for superficial gain that only lasts for a moment and could be a worse situation than you walked out of in your marriage, if you're in a good marriage. But let me see. I'm going to do a video about was this not being a starfish in the bedroom for your spouse. Don't be a starfish. Some people I don't know. Yes, so, but I just wanted to share there's some helpful things that what men want, how we can get some tips. I'm doing some other things because I'm thinking after this book, I'm going to write another book and go more in depth on that. I don't like to say everything I know on this because I'm either saving it for a book or something else. So I haven't said everything, but those are little bits and pieces. But I just wanted to thank all you guys. And there you go. That's kind of the general gist of what men want, the heart of what men want, and realizations that we're supposed to have in marriage. And don't put your marriage so high on a pedestal of standard that it was never going to meet in the first place. So put it in realized context and standard, your marriage, and realize that grass is not greener on the other side. That more or less when times of people trying to deviate the plans on other sides and get out their marriages or cheating, and so it doesn't go well for them. So that's what we can take from that. And thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.